What's going on, y'all? Carlito here, back with another video on your screen. I'm here with, my main man, YouTube sensation, Scott on Tape. And thanks for coming back on the channel again, bro. And
Of course,
y'all
man.
can follow his links in the description down below. He's always doing things. He's always traveling, always on the move. And respect the game, bro. How are you doing? How is everything going?
Good, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while since we talked. I can't remember when we did our interview, like the first one, a year ago, maybe.
I want to say about that, or 6 months or
Oh,
so.
oh, okay. Like literally the past year, like 2022, it's divided into in my head. It goes by where I was at certain times, like which trip. I think I did 5 separate trips through the year, long ones, and then I can't remember. I can't remember anything else. And then I've been home since December 1st, and now it's already mid-January. It's just flown by. 6 weeks of being home, which is great. And I'm home for a little while longer. And
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it because I have so many videos that I filmed. Like I've got too many to put up. Like I can't I could put one up every day for the next 4 months and not go anywhere. But my audience, it's better to do one every 2 days, I
Yeah.
find.
For real. It's like I always see you grinding. I respect the grind, bro. Like
Thanks.
it's insane how much every time I look at my phone, it seems like I get an update that you're posting video. I'm like, damn, like this guy
Yeah.
got some on stacked on lock.
Yeah, I mean, I did, I've been trying to do every 2 days, but I had some health things to take care of in December. Then Christmas came, and um, views are generally lower than in December and January. So I was like, I don't want to waste this video if the views are going to be low, just because
Yeah.
that's how it goes on YouTube. So I kind of some days 3 days, but no, I try to upload every 2 days, and I there's pretty much like every third video is something that is minimal editing.
Mhm.
I where I spoke about the subject right on camera, showed you what I'm talking about, and then just a lot of inserts of pictures. But then there's the bigger videos which take up, you know, so much time to film, but also editing time. Like I'm in the middle of editing one that I've been editing all week, just going back and forth to it every now and again. So it's got to be up tomorrow, I hope. It's nonstop editing. That's the main thing. That's what but I'm blessed. I'm lucky I get to be home in my house and edit, you know.
Yeah. For real, for real. Could be a lot worse. And talk about your videos, bro. Like it's been a minute since you've been on the
Yeah.
channel. And fill all my subscribers in, if they're brand new to you, like on exactly what y'all do. What do you do for on your channel?
Well, it's called I'm Scott. Scott on Tape is the channel name, your pop culture tour guide. And basically what I do is it's a mixture. It's based around pop culture, but I'm going to talk to you about famous people. I'm going to talk to you about musicians. I'm going to talk to you about um, sports figures. I'm going to talk to you about true crime. Maybe that's crossed over into pop culture. And then instead of just sitting in front of a camera talking about it or doing a podcast, I'm actually at the location. So I'll visit famous graves of celebrities. I'll visit famous houses of celebrities, famous recording studios, true crime locations. I do a lot of where famous movies were filmed, some TV shows, a lot of famous movies, and there's a lot of darker stuff. It's definitely moved more towards the darker side in the past year, and that wasn't really a conscious decision. It's just my interest. Like I do one video on something, and I'm like, oh, what about that person? And then I think about another or their co-stars, and I'm like, oh, they died, or this is how it happened. So I do a lot of the darker side of Hollywood, and I try to mix it up at least once a week or once every 2 weeks with something fun, because I'm an actual, like, I'm not all that
Yeah,
downer. Like in my videos, I'm not a downer, I don't think, but the subject matter can be sad. So I always try to have something fun or funny. I'll do some fake videos where I'm just being stupid and like, have some actors with me pretending to be somebody else, whatever. I'll do that. I've got a lot of more of those planned this year because they do okay and they do well and I have fun doing them.
yeah, for
And
sure.
most importantly, they're less editing. And I want to do more this year of me at a location film it, go back to the hotel if I'm on the road, edit it, put it up the next day. You know, and this is where I was yesterday, and it has to do with this part of pop culture or this, and then save bigger ones for when I'm home to edit, because I'm getting old, man. Doing this whole filming during the day, all day in Los Angeles, then coming back to the hotel, then editing all night till 4 a.m, then getting up at 9 a.m. to go out. It's no. It's getting to me. It's getting to me, like that whole, like 6 hours a day free or something, which is sleep, and then but I love it. I love doing it, and I get I got a lot of people writing to me about who either are sick or they are physically disabled, or they don't have money to travel. So they write to me and say, thank you. I'm able to see these places through your eyes. And I'm not on YouTube to become famous. I don't care about that sort of shit. I don't care about being a YouTube celebrity. That is the biggest compliment. That's what I want. I want my videos all to be huge, but not for me to be huge. I don't care about that. I want my videos to be huge because I want people to see the work, and and then I want more people to be able to experience it. It's more important to me.
That's facts, bro. And that's what I always look up to you as, bro. Like you're straight on, and like you go to locations that I don't even remember, like say be like, oh, I want to go to that place, and then 10 years go by and you're like, oh, that's what it was.
Right.
Seeing this through Scott's eyes. And I have a lot of favorite videos that you post. Talk about your recent one that you recently posted of the day the music died. And you went back to the location, because I know you went to that location in the past.
No, I had never been before. I did
Because it was a video, right?
No, you might be thinking I did Richie Valens before. I think you and I spoke about Richie Valens. I did his house.
Yes.
His house that he bought his mother, and then his high school and his grave in Pacoima, California. But I'd been to Iowa before, but I'd never been to Clear Lake, where the plane crash happened. That was my first. That was in, gosh, that must be the first week of October, last week of September. I was there. It was cold and rainy, but
Nice video.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, that was a video that I've been planning for over 5 years. I've been doing it almost 6 years in April. I've been doing YouTube. So I've been wanting to do that video. And what sucks about that video is I think it's one of my best, because I really went to some location nobody else would think to go to, like to show you the actual runway that they took off of. I was when I was in the airport, they said nobody's ever come in here and asked us that. I was like, what? Like, it's a tiny airport. The airport's the size of like a strip plaza, not even. Like, it's tiny. It's a tiny town with 10,000, I don't know how many people. But they're like, nobody's ever asked us that. I was like, I would think, Buddy Holly fans and everybody would be going out there saying, where did they take off from? So they walked me in the back, and if a plane was coming in to land, they were shut down for the day. They were done for the day. It was closed, but they're still waiting for one more glider plane or something to come in. So FAA regulations, I can't go out onto the tarmac or the runway when a plane's going to land at some point, whenever it was going to. So otherwise, they were going to walk me right out to the actual runway at this airport, which is crazy. And because they knew exactly which one, they were so excited to show me around. And then so I worked really hard on the visuals of that video to make it the way I want to look. I knew how I want it, because when you get to where the plane crash is, there's a monument of Buddy Holly's glasses, and then that walk through the cornfields to where the plane crashed. I knew it was a bit of a walk. I didn't know how long of a walk it was going to be. And then when I was looking through my camera, I was looking at the sky, and it was swirling, and it was gray, and all the corn on either side was just going, like, whipping back and forth. And I was looking ahead. I was like, this is it. This is the shot of the video. Like, this is what's going to make the video, because it gives the viewer exactly the feel. So I really kept it on that shot for a long time, just because I thought it was beautiful. Like, in I showed about 2 minutes of the walk, I think 3 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's good 10-15 minutes, and you're out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing else out there. And what sucks is on Monday when I uploaded it, I had it ready Sunday night, but I thought 8:30 is too late. And I uploaded it Monday and YouTube crashed. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah.
So YouTube crashed on Monday, and then that completely screwed up the views on my video. So it's only at 19,000 views. It should be way more than that. At one point, I had more comments than views, and so I was writing to YouTube like frantically, like, what is going on? Then I found out what was going on. I thought they were going to correct it. They corrected it by about 6,000 views 2 days later, and now it's out of the algorithm. So for people to find it, they just have to look for Buddy Holly crash site, then go down and find mine, which sucks because mine was when I put it up at first, it was trending #1 for Buddy Holly, and
That's,
then boom, gone. Like it was almost as if it didn't exist.
I did get an update when it uploaded. I usually have like about like over 10 uploads when I wake up in the morning, and you're one of them. And it's like I catch up. It seems like I catch up on your videos, and then like, damn, another one, another one.
Yeah.
But
Well, I try to space it out as well with you know, I find like I have like the Buddy Holly one's about 35 minutes. I mean, I had an hour and a half of footage at least, so I cut out a lot. And I try to, if I'm going to put up 3 to 4 videos a week, sometimes they're going to be 9 minutes, 10 minutes, so they're not going to take up too much of the viewer's time. Usually I go for my videos end up being around 20 minutes. So I don't want to overload my subscribers and people that are joining my channel every day with like 45-minute videos or an hour long. So I always switch it up, but I've got about 3 or 4 coming that are going to be close to an hour, my biggest ones, and they're huge subjects. And I'm not precious with my editing. I'm like, oh, I can't take that out, I can't take that. I'm like, swipe, get rid of it, right, gone. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? I want to make it a clear story and flow. But these next few topics that are coming up over the next few weeks, the topic is so huge. I can't leave a lot of it out because it just tells the story. There's so many locations. You'll see.
easily. And talk about like I know recently you did an Elvis one, Elvis Presley, and you saw some stuff about the museum, stuff like that.
Karate museum.
Yeah, it was some kind of like it was some like upload that you did, and it was talking about Elvis Presley.
I've done quite a few on Elvis. I did I mean, I've been to his childhood home, like in Tupelo, Mississippi. I've been to his twin brother's grave where people think it is. You know, I've done Graceland. I've done what else? I'm just trying to think ones like three years ago when I did Memphis and the Deep South, where I did a lot of Elvis stuff. So then I hadn't done anything Elvisy for a while, and I love Elvis. So Memphis was in, I can't, that would have been September. No, that would have been, Memphis was last year, 2021.
Yeah.
October and November, right? Holy, man, it seems like that was just like 4 months ago. But no, I went to the karate museum, where he used to take karate, which is now a museum. They have the ambulance that took him away from Graceland when he passed away. Then I did another video where I just hung outside of the Graceland gates and showed you what the fence looks like and just joked around. I was just having fun. That one. And then I went to the mausoleum, his original mausoleum, which was absolute bonkers to go there in Memphis at that time of day. Like the guys that were at the museum, I was like, yeah, I really want to go to the old mausoleum where his crypt was. I said, but it was locked the other day. They said, oh, go around back. I was like, really? I didn't even check. They were like, yeah, go around back and it's open. So I was like, I looked at my watch. I was like, it's 4:50. They close at 5. I'm like, how long a drive is it? This is like 6 minutes. I was like, all right, I'll go. What do I, you know what? It's on the way. I don't want to, I was going to leave Memphis the next day. So I drove there, and sure enough, the back is open. So if you watch the video, it's all in real time. Like I get out of my car, I'm going in, and it's fascinating to see Elvis's old crypt because people still leave flowers there and everything. But this old mausoleum in the middle of this huge cemetery Memphis is not a safe city. you know, for many reasons. And it's, you know, I love the city, but it has some dangerous facets to it. So I got out. Once I got out of the mausoleum, it was pitch black. So I filmed what I could in the dark of the mausoleum. And then I got in my car and I was sitting there, and I was like, I better just get out of here before they lock the gates. And then I saw a gate far away, and I was like, a different gate that I came to. I was like, I don't think that's been closed in years. So it's a front gate that probably goes. And then when I told one of the guys the next day, I said, "Yeah, I made it." Da, da, da. And they're like, "Dude, like, no, we didn't think you were gonna go. They were like, you don't go at night. You don't go." I was like, "Yeah, I was walking around at night." They said, "People squat in that mausoleum, and like people like, you know, like hang out there, and it's not safe." And said if they see a car out front, I was like, well, too late now.
You took the risks, bro.
I
Just
take the I've taken some stupid risk, but I mean I'm a trusting person too, and I'm just you know, I love everybody, and it's true I do. Like, you know, I thought I know there's bad areas in Toronto, right where I live. There's bad areas everywhere. So, you know, and I'm in the middle of a giant cemetery. I was like, there's nobody else out here. However, you
yeah,
don't know.
right?
They may just not have a car, you
Yeah,
know, so I don't see their car, but there could have been people in. So it was like, if you watch the video, it was light inside the mausoleum. It's a huge, creepy mausoleum. And I don't say that about mausoleum. I'm not creeped out when I'm inside them. It was a huge one. It was very light, kind of lightish when I walked in. And then by the time I get out, it's just dark and cold. And
that is wild.
yeah,
And
yeah, it was crazy.
wow. Did you ever get a chance to meet the family members of Elvis, besides the ones that you had in the video?
Yeah, no, that's yeah, Billy. That's his second cousin. I met when I was a little kid. I still have pictures somewhere. I met his uncle Vester, and I think I met his uncle Vester because I have a picture of me with him, and then I met. Let me look up if it's who I think it is that I. Mm, mm. uh, I think when did she pass away? Oh no, she died in 1980. I thought I met his grandmother. So no, I think I only met his uncle Vester and his second cousin now. You know, so yeah, I mean it's time, right? Lisa Marie Presley dying yesterday.
Yeah,
You
that is
know,
crazy.
unbelievable. So, you know, I was thinking about when I'm gonna go to Memphis again because I love it there. So I'll probably go at some point this year. And I was gonna do something about her son because her son is buried there at Graceland Benjamin. And now when I go, she's going to be there as well, which is so bizarre to think about. I mean, I'm older than you. When I was a kid, when I was little, I had a crush on Lisa Marie. You know, when I was a young teenager growing up, she was like,
Was it
I loved her.
right?
Yeah, she was like, it was Lisa Marie Presley. She was, you know, that she got her album came out in the 2000s, and she was a good singer, and she's always really cool, and you know, it's really sad. So
I heard about it, and I don't know, it was wild because I immediately thought of you and your videos, and I was like, damn, I wonder what Scott has to say about this, and I was thinking, man, I got him on the channel tomorrow.
yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I must have like I had heard about that she was transported to the hospital out of her Calabasas home. I heard about it in the afternoon, so I posted something like, you know, let's hope for Lisa Marie, and then I got a notification on my phone when she passed, and then I put up something about her, you know, because I'm a huge Elvis fan, like beyond, like it's Elvis growing up was so a big part of my life and my upbringing with my family. My sister loves him, and my parents loved him, so it was shocking. And then the amount of texts and DMs that I got like telling me that Lisa Marie Presley died. I was just like, I know, like, I mean, how many people are going to text me and tell me? Like, I guess because either the other thing or the death guy. I think it's that. You know, and people are going to let me know. And already people are writing me like, "What are you gonna do a video about Lisa Marie?" And I'm like, she just died yesterday. You know, like I don't live anywhere. I don't live in Calabasas, and I don't live in Memphis. So, what would I if I just sat here? If I just did a video, like went outside tomorrow in the day, or sat here in this my studio and did a video about Lisa Marie, it wouldn't be true to my channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't just talking about her. This is natural, me talking to you about her. But if I did a video right now about her, well, I have to be in the location, right? I have to be, you know. So really, really sad. I mean, young and she's Lisa Marie. Like, come on. This is it's a what not shocked me, but how many people that I don't like friends of mine even and other like younger people that are reading who know who Elvis is, but know Lisa Marie. You know what I mean? Like she's not exactly out there every day. She has been for the past year because of the movie, but she's not a big time like celebrity showing up at events or releasing albums or movies. She's the daughter of a famous singer. But the amount of people, it's almost like we lost a part of royalty, you know,
Exactly.
American Canadian royalty. She's
Yep.
American, but I mean she's just as big in Canada. So
Yep.
that's why like everybody knows her. And it's one like her her death is just nuts.
Yeah, it was mind blowing. I was just like, what the hell? Like I was like, I thought she was just on that,
Yeah, she was.
show just
Yeah.
a couple days ago, and I kind of looked back at it and I said, man, you can tell she was going through some stuff. I don't know what exactly, but um, that was just crazy
Yeah.
though to see what the actor that played Elvis in the movie, how he praised him and he showed like love to the family and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, man, I can feel the energy in that video,
Oh
and
yeah.
watching
He
it, I was like,
Oh,
damn.
he did such a good job. I mean, the movie. I love the movie, but I mean, it does shy away from some of the more you know odder or dirtier details of Elvis's life. I mean, he was a rock star, right? I mean, he's gonna have some do some questionable choices and decisions. They kind of glossed over that in the movie because it was produced partly by the Presley family, Priscilla and Lisa. So then, they did a little bit with the drug abuse, but they left a lot of other things out, which is fine. It was a fun movie to watch, and he's phenomenal. I mean, he's so good in the movie. He's so good, and Tom Hanks was amazing. And but I've watched almost all the uh best actor and best actress type of movies that are coming up for the Oscars. And honestly, I think Tom Cruise for Maverick. I think out of everybody, he doesn't have, he's not dressed up in a fat suit like Brendan Fraser is for his new movie where he's going to win Best Actor. He's not doing Elvis, but he delivers such a performance. I just watched Maverick for the first time like 3 days ago, and I can't stop thinking about it because I was like, he delivers such an amazing performance, and there's so many levels to it, and you forget that the man's a good actor because he's Tom Cruise. He's a movie star.
And
But the guy deserves an Oscar. After all the money he's made for Hollywood, give the guy an Oscar. He
exactly,
single-handedly keeps that town in business.
exactly. He does
Yeah.
he does so much, and it's kind of weird how he doesn't get an Oscar for that. You
Yeah,
know,
like like his dramatic roles, he's always amazing in. And then this one, I was just like, okay, it's gonna be typical Tom Cruise. He's a hotshot pilot, but there was so many different levels to his performance. I was actually, I loved it. I loved it. I want to watch it again.
it was an excellent movie,
Yeah.
and you taught so many you went through so many bases and so many different spots over this past year. Um, what's one of your favorite movie, or what's one of your favorite filming locations and video that you put together this past coming year?
Filming locations?
Yeah.
Definitely. Why did it say time left? Do you have that showing on yours?
Yeah, it said it on mine. Set it on mine, but
Oh, if it stops, we'll just restart it. I don't know why.
yeah.
That's weird. Um, uh, Probably Dirty Dancing. I did that in February, and it takes place across two states. It's in West Virginia, West Virginia or Virginia, West Virginia, I think,
West Virginia.
and yeah, and North Carolina, and they're very far apart. Like I did it like 2.5 weeks apart, like because I was doing other things in between. So I did the first, like the majority of it, I did at the second or third day of that trip in February, and it was I went out, walked out to the lake where they do the hand thing, you know, where he lifts her up in the water, and it's a dry lake bed. I walked out there, and I've never been more cold in my life. Like, it was just absolutely freezing. I did not expect it to be that cold. Walked all around, like showing the cabins and all that. And then 2.5 weeks later, we went to my friend Adam, who has a YouTube channel, Adam the Woo. He came with me, and we went out to Lake Lure, where they drain the lake each winter. They drain it so people can work on their docks. They can do other things, and they can, I don't know, clean up the bottom of the lake. It's like a big resort town. So I want to see the stairs. I don't know if you remember in the movie, Baby dances down the stairs and across a white bridge. So I want to find those stairs, and like an idiot, and Adam followed me along. We went out, and if you see the video, we got stuck in the mud, and it was terrifying. Like, it was absolutely terrifying because the mud was up to about here on me, just above below my chest. It was getting like I was sinking, and he was on his stretched out trying to grab me. It was like it was I thought I had to leave all my clothes behind because I had to take my shoes, dig down, and that after. And then we found the stairs on the side of the road. Anyway, they weren't even in the lake because they moved the lake back. That was annoying. And then, so that was probably the biggest. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget. That's probably out of all the filming locations I've done, that was the craziest because I think I got I'm pretty sure I got frostbite the first day I did it in February because I wasn't wearing gloves. I was only wearing a spring coat because I thought West Virginia in February. I was thinking, it's fine, sweater and a spring jacket. No, it's like winter. I'm so like, like I'm Canadian, so I think anything lower than Pennsylvania is hot, and it's not. Like, I have this in my head. Like, and that I did what else did I? Oh, I've done one that's I haven't put up yet. I think I did they do a Friday 13th this year.
I think you
I
did
did.
one.
I've done 9 Friday 13th. So I don't know. I don't think I did a Friday 13th this year. But I did Summer Rental with John Candy was fun with some viewers who became friends. We went out and did that. I did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but I think I did that last in 2021. That was tough. I mean, that was filmed over like 4 different states. So that was one that I had to really kind of just plot out. Go, if I'm going to go here, do videos on these people or this thing, put in a Planes, Trains, Automobile location, drive to that, and then put it all together at the end.
Exactly, bro. It's like you did so many different things. Like you went to Eminem's, your favorite artist, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Went to the spaghetti spot. You
Yeah,
know, how
yeah,
was
I did that. Pardon?
like how was that? How was like exciting that was to go to
That
there?
was that again, like as a Canadian, like I should be used to being cold, like in the winter. Like, but I get I didn't film in the winter for a very long time. Like, this is the last 2 years is when I started filming over the course of, because I'm doing it full time for 3 years. But before that, I would stay home for the winter and just suffer through Canadian winter. Now I've been filming more and more like throughout the year. So I remember that night, it was a Friday, going to Mont Spaghetti. I got to Detroit on a Thursday. My friend Amy and I went, and you have to order in the alleyway. And I was just like, this is freezing. Like, how cold can this be? And she's like, dude, like, you live 5 hours north of here. I'm like, I know, but I'm used to that cold. I'm not used to American cold. And then it was amazing getting the food. And then the gentleman, big black guy behind there, he's looking at me and I'm looking at him. I'm like, why do I know that guy? Like, how do I know him? Like, he's looking at me like he knows me, and I'm looking at him like, and then we went and sat upstairs afterwards. I'm like, he's a dude in the commercial for it. He's actually a cook. Like, him and Eminem are in the video together, and it's actually him, and he's actually working there. And I'm sure he's probably seen one of my many Eminem obsessive videos. And then I actually went back there about 3 months ago and had it again. It's good. It's good spaghetti, and I got a test pressing of one of Eminem's albums. That one of Eminem's like team just came and dropped off like a stack of them, and said to the guy that sells Eminem memorabilia upstairs, and said, "Here, sell these if people want these." So I've got this like blank. All it says is Eminem music to be murdered by first pressing or something. So they're
Wow,
just samples. So I got stuff like that and stickers and stuff. Yeah.
that's insane. You know, so you walk through your favorite or your craziest video that you filmed this past year. You know, talked about the Mama's spaghetti, and it's iconic. It's iconic everything that he's been doing.
Yeah.
I know I saw like a clip of you like seeing a performance. Was that
Oh
was that
yeah.
in California?
Yeah, that was California. Yeah, I got invited to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. That was November 4th, which is like for me as a music fan, it was a dream come true. And it's it's broadcast on HBO, and I couldn't believe that I got the ticket for free and got invited. And but my friend that's part of it that works there, and then so I got to go and I got to see all these amazing artists, and then my favorite artist as well. And I was so close. I couldn't believe how close I was. Excuse me. I couldn't believe how close I was. And then I had three empty seats beside me. And this was like the hottest ticket in LA. So my friend was supposed to be beside me, but she was busy working backstage doing her thing. And then I don't know what happened to the other two. All the rest of the audience was pretty full. So I had a whole row to myself and then I was told no video or whatever. And I was like, well, that's why I'm here, so I can film it for Eminem fans. And then we went as soon as it started, people had all staying up, had their cameras up, filming everything. I'm like, well, if they're gonna film it, I'm gonna film it. So I filmed bits and parts of the whole show. That I filmed all of Eminem's speech and Dre's speech and Eminem's performance. Put it up on YouTube that night, knowing I get copyright strike because it's not my content. HBO owns the show, and then Eminem owns the music, of course. So and his label. But I just put it up for Eminem fans, and like I put up at 3 a.m, which is a dead time. You never upload at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
But I was like, I want Eminem fans around the world to be able to see this as soon as possible. I didn't care about views. I was just doing it because I had the footage. Why not? I'm not going to make any money from it. I can't. And I worked hard to film and get the right angles. And it had about 600 views after like 20 minutes. And I was like, not bad for 3 a.m. And then I remember brushing my teeth, taking my contacts out, look back about 10 minutes later, and it was at 2,000 views. I'm like, that's a little much for 3 a.m. So then I was laying in bed doing some other things in the hotel, and then it was all of a sudden 10,000 views, 15,000 views. And I woke up and the next morning it was like 80,000. Now it's at like 1.4 million. So that was crazy.
I started
Oh, yeah. Oh,
man, it's been it's always a blast to get a chance to talk to you, bro. And
yeah.
just off camera, we were talking about the hockey season, man. And
Yeah.
it's I can talk hours for hockey.
I know. Me
And,
too. I know. I
it's
forgot we were doing the interview. I get so worked up talking about the Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're playing Boston tomorrow night. Oh my God.
oh man, good luck, man.
Yeah.
Beat them bad. Yeah,
Yes.
but it's it's a bittersweet thing, man, to see all these YouTubers that I watch doing great things, and they're doing such iconic moves in the in this YouTube game. And to have you back on my channel, this is like, I'm living in a dream too,
Oh,
because
come
I
on.
watch you
Yeah.
every day.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And it makes it feel like some of the people are like, oh, like, I'm not famous, I'm not this, I'm not that. But like certain YouTubers, bro, I'm like, dude, I hold them to a good standard, like, hey man, they're doing this, they're doing that. Just telling my girl earlier, I got Scott on tape back on the channel, and I was like, I actually know this man, we talk, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like we were saying before, like I love the fact that people watch the channel and like want to reach out to me and stuff. And if people come up to me when I'm filming or when I'm out on the street or in Toronto, LA, wherever, and they recognize me from the channel, it feels good. And like I think if well, it's a double-edged sword. If I was younger, if I was in my 20s, I'd have a lot more energy, probably be doing a video a day and editing all night and getting 2 hours sleep. But then if anybody on the street came up to me, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I'm the man. And now that I'm older, I'm like, it's the last thing I think about. When people come up to me, I just feel the love, and I just feel blessed that even though I'm not a religious person, but blessed, that they're coming up to me, they recognize me from the channel, they watch it, they like it. And it honestly, it doesn't go to my head like thinking It makes me special. It just means that people watch what I do and they like it, and I appreciate it. And I love when people approach me and say they watch the channel, and and or write to me. I try to get back to as many people as I can. It gets overwhelming, of course, but it's just it's what you want. You want people. It's like a when because I'm such a music fan, like you think about bands like punk bands or independent bands, like they all want to be famous, and or at least they want their music out there. Nobody wants to stay like in a little independent, a little punk band. Nirvana, one of my favorite bands, Kurt Cobain, he wanted to be famous and have his music out there. He didn't want to keep it on the down low, and not, he deliberately signed with a big label so that they would. So I'm the same way. I'm like, I want a million subscribers. I want a million viewers per video because I want the art, what I'm doing, to be seen. I don't want it to be seen. I get sick of looking at my face, man, on camera. I'm just like, I don't need to. If nobody ever came up to me again, but I had a million subscribers, I'd be, great. So I'm happy. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate every single person that takes the time to watch a video, because it's 20 minutes of their life, 30 minutes of their life,
It's always good, bro. Like I always look at, I always like to see every bits of that video, and then I like to read some of the comments that people
Yeah.
write in their videos. I do that for every now and then. I do that for, certain YouTubers. And it's always good, bro. Like when I comment, and you say a like, on it, or YouTube says it, I'm like
No,
that.
if you see a like on it, that means I liked it.
Yeah.
Not YouTube. No, there's no automatic like. I have to like it myself, and I do go through. I wish I could answer. Like I used to answer every comment with a comment. When I first started in the first year or two, and then once my first video that hit big was the Michael Jackson grave video, and that's when I couldn't keep up for a couple of days, and that's when I realized, okay, I probably then the channel got a little bigger and bigger, and I realized I can't respond to everybody. And then this Eminem video that just blew up with 1.5 million views in like a week. It was comment after comment, and then I would miss comment. The way I see it, you have YouTube Creator Studios, so you get comments across every video. So I get 20 Eminem comments and one on something else I uploaded, then another 10. So I said, I don't even know how to get through this. So I'm way behind on comments on videos, but I do read them. Like I do read them. I go through them twice a day, and sometimes I can't answer a question. If people ask me a question, I feel bad just liking it. Like I feel absolutely terrible. Like I'm like, they're asking me a question, but like I want to go to sleep. I just want to press like, but they're asking me, but I'm like, you could Google it, or but it's really nice when people watch it, and to take the time to write. Some people that write like huge long things that are nice. It's so amazing. Like it's like they're taking their time, if they're watching on a phone, like to do all that. So I appreciate that, and then I'll get an occasional mean comment, which is hilarious that people take the time to. I've never like I don't really watch a lot of YouTube, like in terms of people that do videos like me, because of the fact I want to go in each video with my own ideas about what I don't want to see the location through somebody else's eyes. I want to see it with my eyes first for my viewer. So I just go into whatever location. I don't look up what other people done. So I watch a lot of hockey highlights, music videos, or talk show clips, or whatever. But I've never felt the indication or like the inclination to write something mean to the person who uploaded it. It's so bizarre to me that some people do that, but it's part of it. Everybody's a yelper.
I guess it's
Everybody
part of
wants
the
to
game. Part of the
yeah.
part of the game, and these guys like to have nothing else better to do, it seems like.
Yeah, luckily I see it. It's mostly about my hair. It's mostly they just make a joke, or whatever. So I've gotten away with not gotten away. I think because my content is it's respectfully done most all the time, and it's not, there's nothing it's going to be offensive about it, or it's not something. So I'm lucky. I don't get a lot of negative comments. It's like I've got like a 90% positivity rate, which is awesome. So wood that continues.
Excellent, bro. Like I like your hair, man.
Thanks, man.
Bro. I like that hair, bro. Like I wish I could have it, you know, when I had a hawk, when I get it close to it, it never wants to stay up. So
Yeah, it's what, my hair automatic, it gets flat sometimes in the morning, but automatically just goes back up, and it's just I just, it's part of how I do it every day. Like, shave. Then I'm like, before I even realize that I'm shaving my head again because I do it every day. If I'm going to be on camera or I'm on the road, whatever, it's just part of, I don't even think about it anymore. But I let it grow last year and the year before, let it grow out a bit, and just I don't like it. I love that. It's, more aerodynamic.
there you go. There you go. Yeah. And you always have like you have some dope tattoos, you know.
Yeah,
I,
some good ones.
I wanna touch on that. Like I always see like certain ones, like I saw this recent one, Seattle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is so this arm is um dedicated to my favorite places. So, and my friend, I'll give a shout out, Midwest Flesh. She's got a channel here on YouTube. He does abandoned places, but he also works in a tattoo shop in Portage, Indiana. So he's done every single one of my tattoos. Nobody else has ever done them. Got it.
Yeah, bro. We talked about so many different things on this channel today. And in this interview, bro, like I won't even call this an interview. This is just,
You
you
guys
know,
talking?
me and this
Yeah.
iconic dude here, bro, just doing, controversing, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
We talked
Conversing. Conversing. I don't know for controversy. I hope not.
about
Conversing.
conversating. There you go.
Yeah.
There's the word.
Conversating.
Yeah, bro. We just man, feels like a brother, bro. Me and you were just talking, and we talked about so many different things, topics, and
Yeah.
touch base on a lot of stuff. What's coming up for you this year? What do you have planned? If you could tell me and my subscribers, what's one thing that you got planned this year?
Well, I've got this is the first year where although I had a depressing December and January in terms of overall views, like it was so high for 2022. I was flying high, everything was great. And then I knew December and January were coming where it goes down, but it still sucks. So, but I decided that I was going to stay home I had to stay home because I had surgery in December. So I had to stay home. I had no choice to stay home December and most of January. So but this is the first year, because daylight savings is ending in November. I don't feel the pressure because there's nothing worse than the end of October going away, and then at 5 o'clock, boom, everything's dark. Like in LA, it's like somebody turned a light switch off at 5 o'clock. It goes from light to dark. And then any other states, gradually by 5:30, because we're a little more south, it goes by 5:30, it's dark. My day's over for filming. I like to film right till 7, 8 o'clock. I'll film till the sun is barely in the sky, whatever, because I can edit anytime. And I can edit when I'm home, and I can edit at night in a darkened hotel room. But that day, I'm not an early riser by any means. I don't like to get up at 7 a.m. or something on the road or at home. So I got to use every ounce of daylight when I get it. So the first year, I don't feel any pressure in terms of I have to do all of this by November. Like in November and December of this year, I'm still going to have daylight. So I've got a few YouTubers I'm going to meet, and I'm thinking probably February. Some that you'll know, some big time YouTubers down on the East Coast. I know I've got I've got 3 or 4 big videos planned for New York City whenever I go there. I got to go back to Boston because I've got some friends on YouTube and viewers that I've met that I want to do stuff with for a couple of years now. I just haven't been able to make it back to Boston since 2018. So I've got those various places, and then I'll do a Memphis and Mississippi and Louisiana or something like that, deep South tour at some point. I want to do Colorado, New Mexico, Texas again this year for sure. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do that, but now I planned a route kind of where I'd be coming in on the west side of Texas, because I always went in on the east side, where Houston is and Dallas, and it stretches so far. I've never been to the other side. but there's stuff out there I want to see. So there's a lot of stuff in New Mexico and all that. So I'm definitely going to be there. I think my next trip though is going to be similar to last year, where I went down through Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, ended up in Florida, and like I said, I'm meeting up with a bunch of YouTubers there to film with. And I said last year I'm never going back to Florida in February or March because it's spring break and everything's double the price.
Yeah.
Like the hotels are insane, you know, they're insane. So I said never again. And I also said never again to Florida in August because it's all at 3 o'clock, it storms every day. So
Yeah.
Florida, I'm like, when the hell am I going to go to Florida if I can't go in the summer because of the storms? I can't go in the winter because of spring break. But I keep breaking that, you know. So now I'll be back, probably Florida, only not for as long as I was. I was there almost a month last year filming. I've got some stuff, and I'm kind of I just work on these. I work uh uh on my phone. I put a list, and then I write out in a book I have by hand lists of each state of where I want to go, what I want to do, and it's getting longer. Each locate, like I got East Coast, Deep South, West Coast, which is LA. I've got Pacific Northwest, and I've got Southwest, which means Texas and all that. So I've got lists for each place, and they're slowly filling up. I've actually done like what you've seen on my channel. I know a lot of people are like, wow, you've been everywhere. That's really, I'm telling you, like it's just a tipping point of what I've actually filmed, because I film so much when I'm on the road. Like that's why everything you've seen in the past 6 weeks has been, I've been home. I'm not in California, or I'm not in like the Buddy Holly crash site. That's all filmed. I've got videos from a year and a half ago I'm still working on to put, like I'm still like, oh yeah, I gotta put that video up. And every day I'll be like, oh shit, I'll look at a file. I'm like, oh yeah, there's that video. I just remembered one yesterday that I put together a rough cut like in 2 minutes. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's got to go up at some point. So I'm never going to run out of ideas, but I will say that this is the first year where I'm just like, I don't have as many ideas as I did before, but all of a sudden they'll just come to me. You know, I'll just start thinking, I'll look at a place and I'll be like, okay, what's there? Who is from there? Da da da. Go from there. And then, you know, you can, when you have New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles as your fallbacks, you can never, as a pop culture guy, I can never run out of content, especially LA and New York City, right? Like everything's there. Like you could just, I could make a video, 3 videos a day in LA or New York, and just by going to whatever and say, this is where this happened. So got a lot of good stuff coming. I'm excited to put up stuff that I've filmed. Like I'm more excited to put up the stuff that I filmed because I'm finally getting a chance to put it up. Some of this stuff, like the Buddy Holly video and other things you're going to see coming, things that I've worked on for over a year. Like, you know, there's a video I just finished in October that took me across 3 different states, and it took a year to film. Wow. So yeah, like I'm always like I sat on it for a year. It's a huge subject. Everybody knows it. Nobody else has really done it. And I did, and nobody else would go to the lengths that I went to, I don't think. So when it's up, I literally sat for a year. I'm like, I'm never gonna make it back to that place again. And then when I was close, I was 5 hours away from it. Like 2 months ago, I was like, well, gotta make that 5-hour drive, finish this video. So yeah, so lots is coming.
You're like, oh, then I gotta do that.
Yeah, I just, you know, I've learned patience. You know, I've learned, that's something I've learned. Like I filmed a great I filmed a good video in Chicago back in September, and I had a really amazing experience on camera that the viewer is going to get to witness. I met somebody that comes on that's going to be in the video sort of with me, and I want to put up so bad, but I have an idea how to tie it into a location in New York. So I'm just waiting till I go back to New York, which could be on this next trip coming up on the way back, drop it in New York. But then, of course, it's going to be cold. So I'm like, well, maybe wait till June, July, you know. If people keep watching, people keep subscribing, people keep watching, then I can keep going. If all of a sudden they stop, then I can't.
Exactly, bro. Like, man, you're on a great path right now. Like, I always feel like exciting when your video posts.
Thank you.
From what you say, you have hundreds of videos that hasn't even been out yet.
Yeah.
And could only imagine on what's 5 different of those videos that are, what is it,
There's, I'll give
location.
you, I'll tell you, like, I mean, there's movie location. I've done full videos like with multiple locations for some of the most popular movies, but just a matter of putting them up and editing them. I've done stuff coming up, really important civil rights issues, LGBTQ issues. There's uh stuff on true crime that's as I always deal with the victim side, there's some big stuff like that. True crime that really made it more over in the pop culture realm. I got invited to some crazy places that you'll see that I got access to, and I just somebody wrote to me yesterday, asked me, like, I don't want to say where it is because I tell you off camera, but I was just like, what? Like, you want to invite me where? Like, that's crazy. Like, how? Like, that would be amazing to go there. And I got an email from a place that had to do with Kurt Cobain, and they want me to go there, and they wanted me to go there in December, and I just couldn't because of what I had to do here, and also it's in Minnesota, so I was like, Minnesota in December, I'm good. I'll wait. I'll wait. I got my own weather issues. So, but yeah, so I love it. I'm getting more and more people writing me. Oh, and I have on Monday. So you're putting this video up when?
Oh, it'll be on Saturday.
Saturday. So there this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on ID, Discovery ID, and Discovery Plus is a documentary on Glee, the television show Glee that I filmed for Discovery Channel in July. So I'm in that. And so I urge everybody to try and watch it. If you have ID, subscribe to ID or Discovery Plus, I think you get the app and you can stream. There's 3 episodes. I'm in the first 2, I believe. That's what the producers told me. I filmed a lot for them, but once you film it, the publicist from it just texted me today and just to remind me that it's coming out. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Can I have some promotional materials? But I'm just I'm a small fish to them, But
That's still iconic.
yeah, so it's called The Price of Glee. I don't know how good it is. It's a 6-hour documentary miniseries on Glee, the TV show, and they chose me. They wrote to me and contacted me asking if I wanted to deal with the darker side of it, and I said sure, okay. And so they flew me out there in July. So that's coming up this week. That's a big thing.
That's exciting, bro. I'm excited for you.
Thanks. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool.
I know you had some cameos in the, like, when you were growing up and working alongside, you said you had like you worked with a record studio, stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I did. I mean, I was always trying to hustle, like I wanted to be an actor for so long and filmmaker, and the 90s and early 2000s stuff was a different time, internet didn't take over everything yet. So it was a lot of auditioning in person and trying to raise funds to do it. And now I'm making movies. I can, now I'm doing it myself without having to go to anybody and say, can you give me $100,000 to make a movie? No, I'll just go and make my own movie now.
Exactly.
I'm making my own. Maybe it's not going to be, I don't know. It's just a different time. It's crazy. I think my life waited until this point. Like, finally, the world caught up with what I was capable of doing, because I'm not capable of doing much else. Like, I didn't even know how to turn on the light to my rental car last week. So there's some things I can't do.
On your editing, to the movement of like the camera and your angles and stuff like that, it's like, been doing this for years,
Thank you. Yeah,
I work on, I just got a GoPro. I'm working on certain things using the GoPro, and I'm hoping this year is going to be like a breakout year for this channel. And then
are you gonna go more out, like do more stuff on the spot, like filming outside and stuff?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, GoPros are good.
I have a vlog channel now, and just starting that out. I think it's like about like 6 videos that I posted. and it's going really good. I have a lot of ideas for that one. I have a lot of ideas for, this interview channel. I'm gonna be doing more videos out uh,
Right.
in person, interviews and stuff like that. And many things are coming this year, and I feel really excited about it. And
That's amazing. That's
so
amazing. You got to make sure. I'll give you a tip. Make sure, like because somebody commented on one of my videos I did in my first year, and I was just like, I didn't even respond. I'm just like, it's almost a different person. That I was almost a different person when I started because I didn't know. I took film in school, but it's been a long time, and so my says always is to people, you're holding your gimbal or whatever, you hold it steady. If the gimbal is steady out for you, but if it's not a gimbal, if it's just something on this, like a camera on this, or you just hold a camera, hold it steady. Never be afraid to let the camera linger long, because the more you move, the flashier your beam. The edits can be flat. The edits can be quick cuts, do. But when you're moving the camera, nobody likes that. I like that. I thought that was a cool style when I started. No, I got so many like people like, nah, dude, you give me a headache, and I was like, what are you talking about? So I learned that, and then sound. Sound is very important to people, as it should be. So never be afraid to just whatever you're filming, you know, keep that as the focus of what you're filming, and then get different angles of it. And if you're filming, say, a water bottle for whatever reason, don't
Mhm.
put it in the middle of the frame. But then if you have, why is there, like, if I was filming it, like, this is just my own techniques, like, why is that poster behind me, those hats behind me, that's all distracting. You know what I mean? Nobody's looking at this water bottle. You're looking at it for a second, and so I've, as you've noticed in my videos, I tend to just, I find my subject and I stay on it, and I'll talk, and then I'll switch over to another angle. A lot more less spastic, I find. I wanted people to be watching. So my channel's a visual channel. I give a lot of information, but visuals are important, you know?
It is. I've kind of noticed that too, and I've noticed how different your videos are from when I first started watching you.
Yeah.
And then I look back, I go all the way back to like the beginning of when you started up until now, and I'm like, dude, I can tell the
Yeah.
major differences that I thought the videos were like, the videos never changed. The videos
Yeah.
are always uplifting, I guess you can say, and exciting of anything you're filming.
Thank you.
Um,
I
it's
look forward to seeing what you got coming. That's gonna be cool, man. That's gonna be cool that you're gonna be out there, out and about doing stuff. When I'm down there, we'll definitely make sure to get together. I think I'm definitely gonna go to Austin again for a couple of things, and then San Antonio. I think there's one thing there. Maybe I want to. I filmed 3 days there, but it's been 3 years since I've been to Texas, so I'm looking forward to going to Texas again. I love it. I love it. It's just so big, but I'm looking more forward. I spent a lot of time in Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. I'm looking forward to a couple of small towns, but smaller towns I'm going to. But I'm looking forward to really going out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, to where there's one location and one location further away. That dusty old feeling, those dusty roads in the middle of nowhere. I love it. I love that. If it takes me a day to film one video, one shot, even, oh well.
for real, bro. And to end this interview off, you know, what's three things in your life right now that you're most proud of?
Oh, um, uh, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I guess. Well, I mean, definitely part of the YouTube channel. I mean, it's hard to, it's not an easy thing to create a career out of nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I recognize now that that's difficult, but I put my mind to it, and I didn't. I stopped going out with friends. See them occasionally, like going out to dinner. Like, I sacrificed a lot to save money because I had to spend money to make the videos, and still do. So, I really was proud of the fact that I stuck with it, and I always kind of knew it would take off, but I didn't know how big it would get. And now it looks like it's going to continue to keep going bigger. So that's I'm proud of. I'm proud of. This is my parents' old house that I've renovated and taken care of. That they spent their hard-earned money as younger than I am now when they bought it, and it's my house now, but it was their house. So I'm very proud of the fact that like they're no longer with me, but I've been able to keep their house and keep their memory alive. And then I guess maybe what else I'm proud of? Am I proud of my dog? I mean, I
Gotta
guess I love him, but I don't know if I'm proud of him. He doesn't really do much to make me proud. I'm kidding. I love him. He's just a dog. I love literally it's me and him. I spend more time with my dog than I do humans, right? So like we're best friends. So I guess I am proud. I'm proud of the fact everybody that meets him loves him. He's not a human child, but he's like a child. He's like my kid. So I'm proud of him. I said this before on my live chat. I'm proud of like relationships I make with you, even though we don't talk, every day. But there's friends I have, and I've made so many good friends through YouTube, like viewers and especially other creators. And I'm proud of the fact that, that I think they like me and I like them. So it's nice to be able to have that kind of friendship with people through this, people that are like-minded. Because I have like my high school boys, like there's 8 of us. We're all best friends still, but we all have completely different lives. We're in a group chat. We're all hanging out next Saturday. And it's like no time, but we talk about high school for 10 hours. I make like same jokes we've been making for 25 years, like whatever more, like same jokes. And so it's funny. So it's nice when I hang out with YouTubers and stuff that have the same interests as me. It's pretty cool because that's all I do.
Yep. It seems like almost every day, you're always working on that. You're always working
Yeah,
on the channel.
yeah.
And
I'm going to finish a video right now. As soon as we're done, I'm actually right here. I'll finish it in the studio tonight because I want to get it up tomorrow. And yeah, then after the hockey game tomorrow night, I'll start working on I have to do something in the afternoon for a friend, then come home, watch hockey game. Then 10 o'clock when the game's over, I start editing my next video. Then
yeah,
the next, as soon as you see a video notification pop up from me, it used to be as soon as I put up a video, I used to get in my car and go for a drive. I would just go for a drive wherever. And now I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like I'll go for drives later at night. As soon as you see a notification come up, you can bet every cent you have in the bank, I'm on my computer editing the next video. Because I've got it in me. At that moment, I'm like, all right, that video's done. Let's go. I'm excited. Then 2 hours later, I'm like, I don't ever want to look at a laptop again. I don't want to edit.
I'm done for a while. For real, for real. And one little question I kind of want to start adding a little bit, depending on who the person is or what they're all about. Um, since you really big fan of Elvis,
Mm-hmm.
Elvis was iconic. Eminem was iconic, and still is,
Mm-hmm.
even though he doesn't put music out all the time or doesn't have to tour anymore, hardly. If they were both in the same city, right next door to each other, who would you pick to go watch them live?
Uh, I mean, it's an easy answer because I've never seen Elvis live. So it'd have to be Elvis, right? But it would have to be Elvis because Eminem, thank God he's still alive. I mean, but if he had passed away, he'd be even huger than he is now. The fact that he's this popular today after being in the business for 23 years now, 1999, when some shady LP, being popular for 23 years is not easy. And yeah, he did. It's been 2 years this week since no, 2 years. He released music 2 years, 1 month since his last full length album release. But in that time, he's done produced a movie, greatest hits, and then done multiple features and on stuff. So something big is coming, and somebody close to his camp that I know told me, you know, Eminem fans won't have to wait for long. So I'm excited about that. I mean, I think it's going to be 2 albums this year. Again, he likes to do that now. But yeah, Elvis would be cool. Maybe I'd sneak out halfway through, run over, see if Eminem. But I have to see Elvis's beginning when he comes out to that music, Space Odyssey, and then he comes out on stage doing the whole thing. I've seen Eminem live twice now, so it's got to be Elvis.
Yeah, bro, that would be iconic. And I kind of want to start doing that. Like I said, questions like that.
Yeah,
I think
it's a good question.
it'll be pretty cool. And man, it's been an honor to have you on my channel. Thank you for
Yeah,
your
man.
time.
No problem.
And let all my subscribers know, where they can follow you at and follow the
Yep.
journey.
Yeah, Scott on Tape on YouTube. You can either put it in as one word, Scott on Tape, or three, and Instagram and Facebook group, and yeah, Instagram and YouTube. But my content on YouTube, Instagram is just to promote it, but I want people to go to both.
Easy, bro. Man, y'all go check them out for real. And
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
it's a complete honor, like I always say, bro. And
we'll do it again maybe in the spring when I've done you'll see, do it every few months and then you'll get an update. You'll see about all the stuff I've done. And I'm excited for you to, because you watch all my videos, so I'm excited for you to see what's coming. You're gonna be happy, I think.
I'll be so excited and shit. I'm happy with all your content, bro. And you were saying a while back something about like possible merch drop or something like that.
Yeah, I actually just got reminded about that again today by something, and somebody reminded me that they had some mock-ups and stuff, and I've got the ideas. I'm just not, I don't know. I literally I've got some ready, and all I have to do is press a button on my YouTube studio, and it'll show up. All of a sudden, you'll see underneath all my videos, Scott on Tape Store. But there's a part of me just like, well, what if nobody buys anything? And then also, do I want my face like as a commodity? Like I like the Scott on Tape logo. I'm not shy, obviously. I put myself on camera every day, but I'm just like, one more thing to keep track of. I'm very scattered. Like, I mean, I look organized, I think, by people's minds because I can remember stuff when I'm on camera and talk. But when it comes to other things, I'm like, oh man, how am I going to keep track of merchandise? But they do it all for you. Like YouTube does it all for you. They make money too. So like literally, I don't have to do anything. So I think maybe it will come. I should do it.
Excellent, bro.
Yeah.
And to all you subscribers out there, y'all go follow him, Scott on Tape, on all
Thanks.
platforms, and go follow his journey. Go follow his YouTube journey. He's posting almost every other day, and you've heard him. He's a real one. And there's a lot of YouTubers out there that I'm glad I could say you're my friend. I appreciate
that. I appreciate that, man. Thank you,
bro. And shoot, it's been Scott on Tape, Carlito, one love. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Do I click off?